Okay, in this video we're going to look at how to change the graphics on a CMNet legacy program where the reversing valve reads cooling when it's in cool and heating when it's in heat. This becomes problematic when you have replaced a unit that the polarity is reversed. For example, this program here it served a system that was originally all McQuay units, and these reversing valves, they energized in the heating mode, and a lot of times we'll replace these with units that energize in the cooling mode. So then the graphics here say cooling when it's heating and heating when it's cooling. And really all we want to know is if that reversing valve is energized or not. And the technician that's working on the unit, he knows if it's a Carrier or a Climate Master or a Daikin or a McQuay, if it's supposed to energize in the heat or in the cool. We just want to know if it's energized or not. So we want to change this from saying cooling and heating to on and off. So if we go to properties, we want to make sure that the reversing valve is off. So we have it locked off, and we can see that in this program it shows cooling. So obviously this old water source heat pump that this program serves, the reversing valve energizes in heat. Now this will make a difference in the order in which we put the words on and off into the code. So if we right click, go to configure, we can see the view file that it's using. And it's actually not a view file, which is the whole problem. We cannot open this in View Builder and edit anything. It's a JavaScript file. It's a .jsp file. So we're going to look for water source heat pump 1_7.jsp in our web root. So let's close this. We're going to go to our folder. This is my desktop here. So find your web control folder, open it, open the web root, then open the file of the database that you're using that you want to edit. So in this case, it's ALC Test Lab. Then you're going to open graphics, not views, but graphics. Then you're going to open LVL5. And this is the folder in which you're going to find that file that you just found over here in web control, which was water source heat pump 1_7. And this is a JSP, a Java Server Pages source file. So this is the file that it's using for those graphics. This is the code. Now I've used Visual Studio Code to open these before. That's why mine has this VS icon. If not, you'll have to, right click and open with and use Visual Studio Code to edit this, or some other code editor, but I use Visual Studio Code. You're going to open the file. And I always like to go to View and go to Word Wrap. It brings everything together nicely where it fits on the page. And then I do Control F to bring up a search bar. I'm going to type in heating. Luckily, there's only 2 instances of this word. Right here at the format specifier. And then before this, right here where it says legacy, function block, status, reverse, on, off. These words heating and cooling is where that text on the graphic is derived from. So I could change these 2 words to anything and it would oscillate between those 2. So if the old water source heat pump energized in heat, like an old McQuay or something, we want to put on in place of heating and off in place of cooling. Now, if the old water source heat pump energized in cool, you'd want to do off in place of heating and on in place of cooling. So in this case, we're going to do on and then off. Heating gets replaced with the word on. Cooling will get replaced with the word off. Now, that's all I've changed. That's it. I haven't changed the size, the format specifier. All that stays the same, and it still works. I've tried this several different ways, and just by changing this, that's all you have to do. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, Make sure you're saving it in that same folder you opened it, which should be default. And I'm just going to put like underscore revision 1 or something. You can do anything. Save it. So now this edited file is in that folder. So we can close out Visual Studio Code. We can go back to Web Control. Right click, configure. So this is our original here. We're not going to delete that for now. We're just going to remove it from where it's pulling its information. We're going to select revision 1 that we just created. We're going to hit accept. Now, why didn't it change? Well, because it hasn't updated yet. If yours doesn't automatically update, hit shift, hold down the shift key and hit refresh. This will pull the new file. So it starts running from that new code. And there we go. Reversing valve off. So find the reversing valve. We're going to lock it on. And now that we've locked it on, should say reversing valve on. And that's all there is to it.